Let's do the numerology for February 2nd, 2025. If you add all those numbers together, you get the number 13, and if you add the 1 and the 3 together, you get the number 4. Today is the number 4. This is the number of communication, harmony, and balance. The number 4 is one of the highest resonances in numerology because it helps us cultivate neutral mind. Neutral mind is a high-level game. They say that when you are a baby soul and do not have a lot of life experiences, you will tend to be negative. As you evolve and get more lifetimes worth of experience, you will eventually become positive. And if you evolve even further, you will eventually become neutral. Think of the great neutral minds, Buddha, Gandhi, and Nelson Mandela. They all had the prominent number 4s in their numerology spread. But notice, they did not live in a neutral time. In fact, quite the opposite. Because the only way to test, to see if you can be truly neutral, is to put you in chaos. We are not in a neutral time in history, and yet we are being asked to cultivate a more neutral mindset. Notice if in chaotic moments what you personally do. Do you fall into old habits and patterns learned and emulated from your upbringing? Do you panic and run helter-skelter without thinking clearly? Do you tend to do the exact wrong thing in a moment of crisis and make it worse? You can see why having a more neutral mindset is helpful in making a more calm and objective choice. With so much in our world destabilizing at this time, having clear mind and an honest conscience is going to be more valuable than ever. We cannot change what is happening. We can change our response to it. When we learn how to be neutral, we take the control away from the bullies that are trying to get a reaction out of us. They have the control if they can allow us to stay in a destabilized mindset. Panic gives others control over us to make the decisions. I personally refuse to give my energy to those that have no morality and do not have the good of the people in a high priority. Being neutral requires us to not give our power away to others, especially those that do not deserve our trust and truth. There is a Buddhist phrase, if you meet a Buddha on your path, kill him. Well, that sounds like a weird statement for a Buddhist to say, but let me explain what it means. What it means is that if you meet someone on your path that you believe is better, wiser, and more capable than you, and you give up your autonomy and power to that person, eventually, as they are human, they will fail. And then you will have to learn how to take your power back from that person. Most people, metaphorically, kill the Buddha by negating the teachings and the lessons. That also is not the path. The choice that is of the highest value is the choice that sees that every teacher can have and learn a magical skill, and they can and have what we see as powerful gifts, but not every teacher or mentor can use them with integrity. I tell everyone to look at everyone they admire, look up to, want to emulate, and those that seem powerful, like gods, and those that seem to always get away with what they want. Then I tell them to look at that person's lower chakras, because every teacher will fail at some point in time on the 3 lower chakras. They will fail around power, which is the 3rd chakra, sex, which is the 2nd chakra, and money, which is the 1st chakra. Someone that does all 3 is quite dangerous. What this means is that if a person cheats around money and never has enough, they are off on their 1st chakra, and you can never trust them around money issues, nor should you give them money or trust that what they will do with your money. If a person is sexually inappropriate, lies around sexuality, and uses the bodies of others for their own pleasure without feeling love, they are off on their 2nd chakra, and you cannot trust them to be loyal, faithful, steadfast, or a true person. You should not allow them to make any decisions for you around your body, as they do not value individuals. They only value if they can use you to satisfy their own end. If a person needs constant attention, adoration, and to be in the limelight, they are off on their third chakra, and you have to recognize that they feed off of others' adoration for them. They are a parasite that loves to have control and power over others, and you should never give your power up to such a person, because they will use your energy for their own end and never care about what that might do to you personally. The lessons of the number 4 are of great value when one finally recognizes that to grow, we have to find a balance, equilibrium inside of us. When we learn to honor and allow our own energy inside to expand without giving it all away to another that cannot and will not honor that gift, that is when we begin to learn how to hold this incredible energy that we are inside and allow it to expand us rather than to make others rich, magnetic, and powerful.